Hello, darlings. Hang on. I forgot to turn off my air. It's too loud. Okay, a lot going on today. Anybody feeling this lionsgate energy? I want to talk a little bit about this. Okay, so I don't actually, for a tarot card reader, I don't talk that much about astrology. I tend to like to live my life in a bit of a flow. I feel like for me personally, I believe truly that the stars were put here to tell us what is to come, to warn us of the energy coming, not just warning, but to help us step into it. How do you know to step into something that's not there? Such as a portal. We have a portal opening now. This is by no means, I want to talk about this today because it's big this year. Now, this is by no means any kind of special event. It happens every year. However, I want to talk about it because I think that people don't understand what's available to them, and I think that this is important. It's so important. Forgive me, I just came out of a heavy meditation and I'm feeling a little bit. Everybody take a deep breath through their belly. I'm feeling all of your energies coming in. Beautiful. Big old breath through your belly. Release that energy through your crown chakra. The energy is important this year. It happens every year. When Sirius aligns with Earth, and Sirius, so you know, is 20 times brighter, 20 times stronger than our terrestrial sun. Hello, my darlings. Hello. 20 times brighter than our celestial sun. Now, if something as small as a solar flare from our sun has been proven to have psychological effects on people here on Earth, why wouldn't the alignment of Sirius? Now, this is happening, and many people believe that this is the Christ consciousness opening up. I'm very much in alignment with this. I also resonate with that very powerfully. So, to understand Lionsgate, when this portal alignment happens, it is an influx of light. An influx of light, especially after a period of darkness. Okay? And we have had a period of darkness, y'all. This year is going to be bigger and more important because we are going through currently. Sorry, I have a new spirit guide that's here and kind of new to the soul tribe. Her name is Cora. I met her a few nights ago and she has been talking to me nonstop ever since. I asked for help and I got it, y'all. Woo, but she is a talker. Okay, the illumination taking place, she was saying that although this is not a rare event, it is reoccurring. It is big this year and bigger than ever because so many people have gone into shadow work, been forced into shadow work, people who have never ever considered doing shadow work before. She's saying that they are being forced down into shadow work and have done the work. Whether you think so or not, you have done so much more work. It's causing people to reevaluate, she's saying loudly, careers, relationships, love life, spirituality, everything is being reevaluated. This is the work. You will feel triggers that have been opening up, right? She is saying there is an illumination happening now and that every time the Lionsgate portal is opened, it is exponentially greater than the time before and the time before and the time before. The light is burning through. It is the light at the end of the tunnel, and because we have been in a period of darkness, this light is coming through to be the light at the end of the tunnel. So I want you, my dear soul tribe, to understand you may be going through the darkest, most intense suffering that you've ever been through, or you may be feeling the suffering of the planet in a general level within yourself. Either way, you're going to be feeling these energy shifts. If you are an empath, if you are a teacher, if you are simply going through it for the first time. She's saying, do not be afraid. This was meant. We are coming through to burn through this. This is the Christ consciousness. This is the highest elevation of frequency lifting, and this is part of the process to, she's saying, illuminate humanity on a whole, to release them, to release them from the lower, I don't want to say dark. She's showing me pictures as well as giving me words. She's more communicative verbally than I'm used to. She's saying that give me a different word, because I feel we are both agreeing that this is not the right word. She's saying that not dark beings, not evil beings. Please understand that these words are misconstrued. She's saying that these dark, lower beings, we are being either freed from or transformed from. So if you're out there and you are being triggered by, especially, okay, this frequency, yes, thank you very much, how much? Right now, this frequency shift is one of personal empowerment. So this specific lionsgate will be focused in on personal empowerment. Right, Mandy? Yes, ma'am. This specific frequency shift will be focused on personal empowerment, meaning that many of your triggers will be yourself. Down talking yourself. Self-criticism. Have you been doing that? Have you been, what is this? What is this? Is that, oh, that's just a gray hair. I thought there was like something in my hair. It was a gray hair. Have you been talking critically to yourself? This is part of it. This is part of understanding the truth. Allison, my sister, oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. You guys get me through it. Girl, you just paid a good part of my grocery bill. This frequency shift and this self-criticism is part of the transformation that is happening. Cute. I'm sorry, she's very intelligent. I'm not saying that the other guys I have aren't, but she is so incredibly, I'm impressed. She is making puns and jokes, which is very rare for spirits. They're usually pretty serious. But she's saying that this energy shift is going to be ripping almost at the core. If you choose not to step into this energy, she's yelling at it. And when I'm saying she's making puns, core, and she said, my name's Cora. So I know that, I don't know, I thought that was hilarious. Jade Hart, thank you, sisters, so much. I love you guys. I love you. Now, keep going, y'all. $33. That's perfect. Y'all keep going. I might get me some sushi or something good. So the point is that she's saying that it's ripping up at your core. And if you avoid this transition, if you avoid this frequency shift, if you avoid stepping into it, what did I begin saying around 8/8 Lionsgate last year? Do you remember the channeling? Look at the ugly. Go into the darkness, for it is your darkness. You own that darkness. There's nothing to be afraid of. For the ones who are brave enough to walk through it, this shift will happen in more of a flow. It will still be intense, but it won't be a tower moment. Right, Mandy? I know. However, when you resist this shift, when you resist this frequency change, you will have tower moments because they love you that much. They love you that much, and they're saying you must look at this if you want to transform. For those of you out there who have been asking to be awakened, to be a part of this great awakening, this great transformation, you must walk into the darkness, into the valley of the shadow of death, and fear no evil. For they want to remind you, oh, you have a team. You have guides, you have angels, people at your back. You have guides at your back. They've got you. Those lower energies are only to be feared if you are one of them, if you are sinking into them. And we've all been there. We've all been there. but it takes just a shift. It's like the vortex I always talk about. Stepping into the vortex which is connected ever presently in this universe. When you're stepping into it, when you get pulled to the bottom of it, kind of like a tornado, right? How easy is it to start going down? Oh, you get sucked down into it like that. It takes no time at all, and you're down in the pits of despair and depression. But it really only takes a few small steps to start moving back up. And I know it feels harder climbing up, and those rings get bigger every time, but you know what? So do the rewards. So do the rewards. Let me tell you some of this channeling, if I can read it, because I went back to try to read it a little before I got on here. And, they come out all the time in different handwritings, so sometimes I need to start training, like getting comfortable type channeling. I think it's something they've been talking to me about, and I'm actually a pretty good typist, or I keyboard good. If my son was on here right now, he'd be cringing. But I actually am, I just need to start stepping into it. I'm just so used to. Oh, Christina, thank you, my sister. It's a number right now. Sorry to hear about your Uncle Jimbo. Please, let's talk. Absolutely, darling. Maybe for birthdays. Absolutely, Virgo sister. Oh, you can make sushi? We should do a sushi class. I'd love to interview you on my channel as well. You have some stuff to share. Uncle Jimbo is okay. He just lost his job again. Only 5 days of work. He started Thursday last week, and he went in on Wednesday, and they said, oh, you didn't hear? You finished everything too quick. We don't have any more work for you. It was temporary work, but I thought it would last a few months. That's what they said. It's make-readies for apartments and stuff. He gets them all ready and does the landscaping all outside. And anyway, no more work for him, so pray for more jobs. We all need it right now. Here's the channeling from Cora and what I got from her today. There's so much going on, you guys. I wish I could share some of it with you, but it's very personal stories from people. But I've gotten calls all day long from so many people. I wish I could tell you a little bit of what was going on. You saw my post about our sister Laura, who I don't have a current update on, but the last I heard, his kidneys were failing. Her brother was stung by a bee. They did not even know he was allergic. He's an adult. They didn't even know he's allergic, and he went without oxygen to his brain for 30 minutes. It's not looking good. So prayers for that family. They've suffered a lot of loss. There's other completely opposite stuff going on. I have a friend who has recently come out as transgender, working with them on that, and some of the surrounding support. So beautiful, so courageous, and that is what this Lionsgate's about. Being courageous enough to be authentic. Being courageous enough to be who you are, because you are. They're covering me in this love, like they love you so much. You are so unbelievably unique and necessary in this world. And they need you to hear it. They need you to own that. They need you to own that. Morgan Lowe, my sister. I'll tell you what he's going to spend it on is pot. That's what he's going to spend it on. She said, spend some of that on Uncle Jimbo. Okay, Lionsgate Energy 2020. You ready? As I said, Lionsgate happens every year around 8/8. Now here's what's kind of cool. Personal tidbit. My high school sweetheart, his birthday was on 8/8, August 8th. And he was the most out there, like, thinker I've ever met in my life. He passed away. Very shady circumstances. Nobody actually knows what happened. You guys know, I don't know what part of my path wants me to be included in some of this stuff, but the point is that I really believe that there is something to this date. I really, truly believe that there is a portal opening that's available to us. And the greatest sin that you could ever create in your life, or that you could ever commit in your life, would be not to step in to this beautiful energy, because this is the healing after the dark. They're so intense about this. They're saying it's kind of like going through a horrifying medical illness or procedure, and then the medicine turns up and you refuse it. Right? You've gone through the darkness. You've done the work, most of you. Even if you don't feel like you have, start. That is part of the self-criticism I need you to start fixing. They need you to start fixing. They can only do so much when you don't believe in you. When you don't see how beautiful and perfect and amazing and unique you are. Lionsgate 2020. This is when Sirius aligns with Earth, okay? Nat on the moon. I love that name, by the way. Much love and light to you too, my sister. Sirius, 20 times brighter than our current sun. So imagine the effects that it can have for us, okay? We have to remember that COVID, they're saying this very loudly, COVID is a mass awakening. But an awakening begins, they're showing me an image, okay. Everything is born in darkness. Thank you. They're showing me an image. Everything is born in darkness. They're showing me a baby coming through a birth canal, coming out and coming into the world. What a traumatizing experience. Thank God we cannot remember it. Horrifying. I mean, my son, when he was born, his head looked like a cone head. His whole skull, they're so soft, those little soft heads. His whole skull pointed into a cone, and he was born, and I was like, what the F is that? Did I have an alien? What is that? And I was also a little drugged up. I totally went for the drugs. It was back in the day before I was awakened, y'all. Don't judge. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not judging you either. But if I could go back, I probably wouldn't have taken the drugs. Anyway, so he comes out all funky looking. And I was like, ooh, alien kid. Turned out really cute. His head turned out normal after a while. But imagine the pain. They're saying everything is born in darkness. This great awakening begins with the greatest trauma of your life. You are being born again. This is an awakening. And when you wake someone up, it is terrifying. For the reality that they thought they knew turns out to be an illusion. It's terrifying. You start looking within yourself and saying, whoa, who am I? I thought I was my job. I thought I was mom. I thought I was wife. I thought I was husband. I thought I was this. Oh, those are simply aspects that you have decided to discover here. You are not your thoughts. You are the thing observing those thoughts. Start introducing yourself to that thing. You're a thing. You're not a he, a she, you're an it. You're something bigger than any gender. You're something bigger than any job. These are beautiful things to explore your soul, but they are not you. You have a choice. This is your act. Start writing it. This is what they want you to understand in this Lionsgate personal empowerment. Start writing your own story. Stop letting life define you and start defining life. Right? There will be a tremendous amount of light, exponentially greater than many other Lionsgates. Last year was really heavy. This one will be even bigger to show us the way to the end of the tunnel. Right? Yes, start writing. The end of the tunnel. And what's the end? The beginning. The end of one thing is simply the beginning of another. Get ready for this mass awakening. Sit in it. Sit in the pain. Sit in the suffering. If you're going through fear, if you're going through suffering, you must sit in it. You are about to be, not just you, they're saying, sorry, they corrected me there. the earth plane is being inundated with a mass amount of light. This is either going to burn through. This is either going to burn through and show you some tower moments because they love you more than you love you. Imagine that. They love you more than you love you. And it's either going to burn through or it's going to set you on fire like a phoenix rising. Rachel Daniels, my sister, jumped through that portal. I am ready. Y'all saw me go through the darkness. I try to be as candid as I can with you guys. I'm human too. I just got done with one of the deepest depressions I have ever had in my entire life. Ever. And this includes when I was homeless, y'all, when I was on drugs, a drug addict, a alcoholic, going through my PTSD after the army, all of that stuff combined, this was a worse depression. However, now I'm not fully through it. I know I seem like I am now because I'm getting amazing channeling and I see a light at the end of the tunnel. But what I'm saying is I went deep. I looked at the ugly for real, and it was ugly. It was ugly. The thing you don't want to look at. The thing that you are pushing down. Look at it. It's time. And guess what? The only one who's scared of that darkness is you. Allison, I'm so happy you're resonating, my sister. Oh, you are such an awakened soul. Young woman, you're a very impressive young woman. You've impressed me from the moment that I first read for you. Beautiful. I want to finish this channeling. Not rare, but this year, I already said that. Okay. This light that's going to be inundating the entire collective consciousness is also going to last for quite a bit. They're saying it's going to help you illuminate the rest of the work you have to do. So you will. Don't be surprised, okay? So I want you to think about this. If we look at this year as a breath, okay? Big breath in. We are at the out breath, right before the new in-breath of clarity. That out-breath, breathing it out. They want you to look at it. This light is, if you step into it, if you choose to do this work, if you ask them for assistance and say, I am in a place of fear. I am in a place of suffering. I am talking down to myself. I am hateful to myself sometimes. I never think I do anything right. In love, in career, in spirituality, whatever it may be for you as a parent, as a daughter, as a son, as a sister, as a brother, as a friend. If you are talking down to yourself, if you feel anything like that, I want you to really think, is it coming from others or is it coming from me? Recognize it. They will help you through this, but you must admit it first. That's the first step, walking into darkness. I always tell people, walk into your shadow. Do this shadow work. Walk into your darkness. And it's so hard to explain how, because it's deeply personal. The first step is admitting, I am living in fear, suffering. I do talk bad to myself. And I want it to stop. I don't know how to stop it. I need help. Where's my team? Where is my team? They're there, but you must ask for help, for you have free will on this earth. That's what you chose before you came. Free will. They can only help if you ask for it. For those of you that are Christian out there, what does it say in the Bible? Remember whenever God removed the angels from earth and said, no longer will we interfere unless asked. Praying is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. And many of us forget that conversation. It's a conversation. It's a soul conversation. Shannon Saladin, thank you. Oh, I feel the love. I feel the love. Oh, thank you so much, my sister. Thank you. Now, not done yet, y'all. I'm not done yet. Hold up. Hold up. Hey. Deep dive. That's what they're asking you to do. They are asking you in this 2020 Lionsgate. Here's what they're specific. This isn't a lot. It's a lot, but it's not a lot, like a list long lot. 2 major things. Deep dive into your shadow work. Deep dive. I'm talking deep. Because guess what? When this portal opens, it's going to assist you. No longer are you doing it alone. This has been a time of seclusion. This has been a time of seclusion. It was necessary. But the stars are coming back into alignment to assist us again. It was meant. Some of the work must be done within. That doesn't mean they left us. It means it's like watching your baby fall down. It's hard to watch. But you know that if they don't get back up on that bike, if they don't get back up on that horse, or if they're just learning to walk in general, if they don't get back up on their own sometimes, they never will learn how to. They love you so much. They hurt more than you do when you fall down. Charlie, my brother, thank you so much. Or sister, I'm sorry, I never know. Like sometimes, I always say brother, so I hope you are a brother. Yes, Ruth, absolutely. Now, the second thing. If you haven't done this, and many of you probably already have, okay? But be ready for others around you going through it. Be patient with those who may not be at a spiritual level that you are, whether that's family members, friends, co-workers. People will be going through it, and whenever you awaken, it's scary, it's terrifying, and it can be ugly sometimes. But they want you to reevaluate the way you love, your relationship with love. Do you need someone in your life? Are you okay with being alone? Are you in love with yourself? Reevaluate your career. Reevaluate your relationship with spirit. And reevaluate your relationship with money. I just got a bad nose tickle. Whew. Maybe I have some fairies in here flying around my nose. I don't know. Woo! Oh, good Lord. Okay. Sorry. Have y'all ever had that happen? That was awful. Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, made my eyes water. Okay. Well, that's how they get me now onto the next channeling, right? You're such a darling. She's such a darling. You're a butter. Okay. Now. Lionsgate coming to show us, this is where I'm having a hard time reading it. Lionsgate is coming to show us the light at the end of the tunnel. This mass amount of light is going to actually frequency affect you. It's going to affect your spirit. It's going to affect the atmosphere around you. It's going to affect things on levels that they're saying that you cannot completely comprehend. And it's exponentially bigger every year. As the planets realign and realign and realign, it gets stronger. That bond gets stronger. The more you step into it, the more you will truly get out of it. High five. The more you step into it, the more you will get out of it. Truly. It's up to you. It's up to you. How deep are you willing to go? They're ready to assist you with the light. The tower parts are over if you're willing to step into this. You are being trained to become more powerful. You are being trained. This is part of it. They are truly here to teach you, to help guide you, to assist you in every way that they can. And when I say they can, I mean that. Now, whenever I first started having Cora come in, I was, as a channeler, it takes a minute. Yeah, it's like a relationship. It's like a new friend. Can I trust you? I protect myself pretty well, so generally speaking, there's not anything that can get in that I can't trust, but it's happened. However, she was assisted by Metatron. He was standing right behind her, and he never spoke. But I have worked with him before. Don't push. But I've worked with him before, and his presence there was simply to say, this is her show, but I'm here to say you can trust her. He had a nice smile on his face. It was quite beautiful. So we bonded really quickly. We bonded really quickly, and I have known her before. I'm not going to get into how, but she showed me that, and that was really beautiful as well. What else did she say here? Okay. This specific portal, as I said, is going to involve personal power. What this can offer you if you step into it. Illuminating the last bits that you haven't healed. Those little last bits that you have not healed. This portal will assist you in, it's almost like a catapult. The further you go back into the darkness, that rubber band, it's like a catapult. The further you pull back, the further you're going to go, baby. How much are you willing to put into it? Because it's sort of like, okay, thank you. They're saying it's like a savings matching account. Hey, if you put in $5, I put in $5. If you put in 5,000, I put in 5,000. They're going to match your energy bit for bit. They know how hard this is. They're not just here to assist. They're here to match that energy level. Go into it. Go into the darkness and know that they got the lamp. Don't worry about that. Okay? They want you to ask yourself. This was one that Cora was insistent on me listening to. Sorry, something else just came through. In what ways are you keeping yourself small? In what ways are you keeping yourself small? Ask yourself that. There are a lot of them talking right now. You guys have some strong spirit guides. They're making some electronics in my house go off. I may have to get up and turn that off, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is. I've never heard that sound in my life, but something in my bedroom's going off. I don't know what it is. Negative and self-critical talk. This is okay. Please don't beat yourself up about being critical. Oh, a limb. Thank you. Love and light to you, brother. Thank you. In what ways? Don't bite your tongue. Drop that tongue down. In fact, how many of you have your tongue in the roof of your mouth right now? Relax your tongue. Relax the throat. Relax the jaw. Don't clench. Receive this message. Okay, receive this message. Absorb it. The negative and critical self-talk. Don't go and beat yourself up about beating yourself up. Are you beating yourself up about beating yourself up? Ugh, negative talk again. Jeez, Val. I do that too. You got to say every time I see it, wow, how amazing is that? I saw it. Next time you'll see it faster. Next time you'll see it faster. Next time, maybe you won't do it. Every time that you see it, it stops being so much of an issue. They're just asking you to look at it, right? Okay, are you triggered by this current energy? Are you triggered by this current energy? Specifically, are you catching yourself falling back into patterns mentally, or any patterns, but mostly I'm talking here mentally, falling back into negative self-talk, falling back into these mental patterns? That is simply their way of illuminating the last bits you need to work on. The last bits you need to work on. James Daniels, brother, thank you. And I know you're ready. Oh, I know you're ready. I know you're ready. Thank you for your email, darling. It's beautiful. I'm sorry I haven't responded. Now, finally. Now, guys, pages of it. Pages of it. Pages of it. But, look, at the end, love Cora. Okay? This is like a letter. to the soul tribe, and she is part of this soul tribe, okay? Finally, be excited. Be excited. I feel like we're going to be floating up. For many of us who have done some of this heavy, heavy work, I can't stress this enough, more than you have realized. So much more than you have realized. Do not compare yourself to others and their journey and their shoes. That's like taking a stranger off the street and saying, give me those shoes, they'll fit me. How often is that going to work out for you? No, do not compare yourself to anyone else's journey but your own. But your own. You are on this energy, this portal is opening up the tipping point. This is the tipping point for some very, very yummy energy coming in. Go back and watch my 8/8 Lionsgate that I did last year. That was my first 8/8 Lionsgate reading I've ever done. Like I said, I don't always get into the astrological aspects because I feel like it makes, for me in general, I focus too much on the control aspect. Like, oh, I can control my life if I know what's coming. For me, personally, I have to be careful with astrology, right? That's why I like cards. There's more of spirit coming in for me with the cards. However, I'm going to go back and watch my 8/8 Lionsgate after this because I don't remember what I said. I haven't seen it since last year whenever I made the video. But see how far you've come from then, whether or not you are part of my channel then, and whether or not you're a part of the soul tribe then. Let's see how far we've all come internally, not externally, not comparing your path to this earth-like human path. How far have you come within yourself? Your understanding of who you are and what your path might be. Go back and see. I'm going to. I just thought of it and I'm very excited about it. I think we all should. Okay. Go tipping point into yummy energy. Yes. She says, finally, go deep, deep dive. Heal the icky bits. All those little last remnants of, you've done so much work. You've done so much work. She's saying, heal the little icky bits. Those things that are surfacing up to the top now are simply those patterns that may be reemerging. The negative self-talk are the icky bits coming up to say, heal me finally. Heal me finally. The root. Okay? And allow this light I can't read this word that I wrote. Can't read. I usually have good handwriting too. Allow this light to inundate and resurrect your spirit. Because it can. Allow it. I know that doesn't sound like it should be hard, but sometimes the hardest thing we can do is allow the healing to take place. Allow it to completely consume you. Let it in. Let it in. And then Cora signed off, and I had another guide come in of mine who said, I think it wasn't very clear who it was, and I don't feel like he's wanting praise. And I'm saying he because I feel like it was Metatron just sort of closing the meeting out between us. 77 viewers right now. Beautiful. 44 likes. Beautiful. I love the numerology. He said, this portal opening is an infusion of cosmic Christ, light, or consciousness, as those on your plane like to call it, for the awakening of humanity. So nice close out. Okay. I've got like the channel sweats, but it's like the under boob sweat, super gross. You know, I always talk about you shouldn't wear bras, but I see if it's a sweat catcher, maybe that is a good reason to wear a bra. I don't like dripping boob sweat. It's disgusting. So, with that being said, with that channeling being done, I'm not going to pull a lot of cards today, but we are here and we must. I'm going to pull some starseed because I'm feeling starseed for this energy, okay? I feel like this is a very specific energy of portal opening, okay? If you resonate with my channel, it is most likely you're a starseed. We are all made of stardust, but there are some of us who have specifically come here to help humanity, to help earthlings rise in their consciousness and their frequency. And you are one of them, which means you're doing something heroic and brave. You're coming here and having to experience great pain that you are not used to on a subconscious level, because you have evolved much past that where you are from. It can be very difficult, but you are courageous. You are strong, and they are saying you have it. Why else would we give you a team to support you? Okay? Now, let's go and pull some cards. Thank you all, my soul tribe, for being here. I'm only going to pull, you know what I'm going to do? Because we just have so many unique and beautiful beings here, I have to pull a pick a card. It's hard for me to just pull one card and say, this is for everybody, okay? We'll pull one Isis card for everybody, okay? But what I really want to do is, I'm sorry, they were saying something else right whenever I'm trying to, you guys, I guess, I can't make them, who am I to tell them to shut up, right? Hold on. They want you to step into the fact that you are writing this story. This is so important to them. They want you to step in to the fact that life does not define you, no matter how hard, no matter how much suffering, no matter how much fear there is. Life does not define you, you define life. And when you realize this, the world will change. One soul at a time. And it starts with you. You have to take the wheel. This is your play. This is Act 3. Have a surprise ending. Blow people's minds. It's up to you. Blow your own mind. Ask them to help you blow your own mind. Say, blow my mind, God. Blow my mind, Spirit. I am ready. I am ready. I don't care how many times I fall, for I am meant to rise. And sometimes we don't rise until we burn. That's okay. Something new will be born in the ashes. I'm going to pull 2 or 3. 2 or 3. I'm hearing 2. I'm going to pull 2 cards. Whatever one you're resonating with more. I'll show it. I'll say the title. If you feel a twirl in the belly, a catch in your breath, an apple in your throat, you know that thing you get in your throat and you're like, that's mine. Just listen extra careful there. Three came out. We can't do anything about it. We can't do anything about it. Okay. First card. It could be 1, 2, and then third was for everybody, but however you want to take it, whatever you're resonating with. Are you ready? You're going to feel one more. This is where you either need to do your work or where you're heading, okay? It's probably where you need to do your work. Defenseless, I'm sorry. It's called I'm sorry. Look at that. Look at the earth roots down below. I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. Yes, some of you will be going through this. I feel you. That's all I can say. I feel you. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Look at that. Looks like Sirius right there. Self-love. And finally, activated earth. Power places. Ley lines. Trust where you are led. Power places. Ley lines. Trust where you are led. Think about this. Activated earth. What did I just say? This portal of light energy is currently activating us on a global level, on a mass level. Could they be more clear to close out this channeling? Could they be more clear? They always wrap it up right. They're saying yes. Do you want to step into this portal? You can walk by a portal and like a fart in the wind. If you don't walk through it, did it ever exist? You are not going to get what you are looking for out of this immense transformation unless you have the courage to walk through it. I'm going to read a little bit of each card. I'm not doing clarifiers. I feel like they're very beautiful, self-explanatory, especially with this current channeling. Okay? You ready? I'm sorry. For those of you who felt I'm sorry, I felt all of these, to be frank with you. For me, it tells a bit of a story. So whatever's working for you. Cassie, my beautiful sister. Oh, I miss you. Me and Morgan were just talking about you the other day. I'm sorry. Defenselessness. Feeling like you have no defenses. Down on yourself, clearly. Riding past wrongs and uprooting. Life gets really beautiful after this. Do the work. I'm sorry. So funny. One of my biggest things I'm trying to work on for myself right now. Thank you, Cassie. One of the most beautiful things I'm trying to work on for myself right now is saying I'm sorry. I get annoyed hearing it myself. Hearing myself say, I'm sorry. I apologize constantly. And it's so annoying. Does anybody else do that out there? But I'm working on it. And that's all we can do. Recognize it, see it, catch yourself. Sometimes it really does become a habit. But that habit inundates your soul. It gets in there. And you start to believe you have something to apologize for. Simply for misspeaking. Or just correct yourself. You don't have to say I'm sorry. Okay. You do have to say you're sorry when you've hurt someone. And you know that you've hurt someone intentionally or unintentionally. Make that very clear. I was unaware of how much I hurt you. Or I was aware of how much I was hurting you. But it had to do with me and my ugliness at that time. My son talked about this on the interview I did with him recently. Philosophy with Caleb. Which I think is interesting. Wait till y'all hear the topic he picked for this Sunday. After everything we've just said. Interesting. My son is just now awakening to his own spirituality, but very tepidly, like very slowly, and that's beautiful. I wish I would have done it more like that. He's such a wise soul. I'm sorry. We are living, this is so crazy because this was written way before 2020. I don't know about way before, but I know it wasn't written in 2020 because I got it the year before. Okay, we are living in divisive times. When we are hurt and triggered, I just said that. When we are hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of what's right and wrong, black and white. Once you do this on an individual level, it is like a virus, a good one. It spreads. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. But it is crucial to remember that we cannot simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which we She just knocked some stuff over. The ways, I'm sorry. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you or your ancestors or society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others, to find a way to drop the armor around your heart and to see things as they truly are for all people. To say, I'm sorry, with an open heart and mean it. To be a part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame. It's about unwinding and untangling the patterning that got us here. It's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. Don't continue the pattern of that knot. Be one that unwinds it. Be one that unties it. Starseed Soul Inquiry to ask yourself if you pulled this card. How are you being called to drop your defenses and unwind past wrongs? We all have that somewhere. Next one out. Water your garden. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Self-care, self-love. Okay, Earth is a seasonal planet. Live seasonally. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you are a seasonal being, cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day. You are a strong being. You're strongly being called, See, I just did it. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel. Take a moment to restock and replenish and slow right on down. Your body is the only body you are given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility for your well-being, to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out, and if there are urgent things, and that there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in and possibly illness. You ain't gonna have time for anything if you work yourself to death, y'all. Okay? This way of living is not sustainable. If anyone continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion, and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to rest. Immune system disorders, mystery illnesses are becoming more common because we are putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. How are you being called to put on the brakes? To rest, restore, rejuvenate. When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, a day or afternoon off? During this pandemic? Probably not that long, huh? Starseed Soul Inquiry. What is your body yearning for? There is enough time. Life will bend toward you when you do. Life will bend toward you when you do. Life takes care of you when you take care of yourself. Finally, activated Earth. Power places, ley lines, and trust where you are led. My apologies while I'm channeling. Again, saying I'm sorry for things that are just, when I am channeling, if you're new to my channel, I don't read a lot of the messages because I try to stay in that zone and that channeling space. I do go back and read every single comment, I promise you. I put myself on mute because nobody likes listening to themselves. It's just awful, isn't it? Okay, activated Earth. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Activated Earth. Ley lines I'm not sure if you guys have heard of ley lines, but if not, I highly suggest you look them up. There are power places such as Stonehenge, the Great Pyramids in Egypt. There are all kinds of power places in the world, Easter Island, things like that, that all line up on specific ley lines, like coordinates on the earth. It's very powerful. They follow a perfect coordinated line. Look these up. It's really cool to see because that means there's something to it. Gaia's waking up, y'all, and these places are being activated again. We always wonder what those pyramids were for. Well, let's see. I think everything's getting activated again. Ley lines are invisible pathways on land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses. Also known as spirit paths. My eyes. I'm sorry, y'all. 3 times I've said I'm sorry and I don't like it. At least I'm seeing it though. At least I'm seeing it. Also known as spirit paths, they've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. Thank you, Sandra Castillo. Beautiful, my sister. Thank you. Oh, y'all support me so much. I can't tell you what you do for me. The Australian Aboriginal culture songlines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to read that again because I couldn't understand it myself. In Australian Aboriginal culture, songlines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. Okay, I understood it that time. It was the way I said it. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, songlines, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across great distances. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points, there's so many S's in this that I feel like I need to say sadly sold sea sales on this. I can't say that either. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that by connecting the land with devotion at these sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. How much? Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers? Or tend to the land that you live on? To honor and acknowledge the known and the unknown keepers or nature spirits of that land? Are you, as you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment and the guardians watch over you. Starseed activation. Place this card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. Obviously you can't, so I want you to take into your mind here, everyone. If you pulled this or not, everyone. Just take into your mind a place that speaks to your heart. It can be this picture of Stonehenge, right? It can be the Great Pyramids. It can be Machu Picchu. It can be Lake Titicaca. It can be Easter Island. There are so many different places that I've been called myself to go see. It can be the aurora, what are they called? The aurora lights or something of that happen in the northern hemisphere. It can be your image of what the North Pole looks like. Anywhere in the world that you feel a pull, a drawing to. If you can't travel there, imagine it right now in your heart's mind while I read this. Okay, it's very short. Close your eyes and imagine it. I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. Thank you so much, House Start for Life. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend too. Honor each other. Honor yourselves and honor each other. Yara, my sister, 2020. Beautiful. Own it. Take care of yourself. Stop making hateful talk to yourself, and stop making excuses for not looking at the dark. We've all experienced great pain in this world. And you are so much more powerful than you think. Take care of yourself. Take care of this vehicle, for this vehicle carries that beautiful soul that I am in love with. Are you in love with it? Are you in love with you? Because I am in love with you. Get ready. Be a part of this. Help Gaia activate herself, for she is truly waking up now. This 8-8 lionsgate is often helping Gaia to wake up at the end of a slumber. It's often said from many different cultures, the way that Sirius lines up. Help her wake up beautifully. Help her to be proud when she wakes up at how good her kids have done. Okay, let's close it up with some Nako. I feel like it means more today than ever, so listen to the words. If you know it, sing along. If not, go look up Nako and Medicine for the People. Beautiful. Man, I love you guys. They say, wait. They say, don't waste your hate. Rather gather and create. Be of service. Be a sensible person. Use your words. No, don't be nervous. You can do this. You've got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. Find this place and rejoice with spirit. They're waiting for you. This staircase never ends. Join this portal. Flow into it. Yummy stuff is coming. I love you, my soul tribe. Like and subscribe. Support a sister. It's like tipping. Comment below. Let me know your stories. I love you all. Be back tomorrow.